What is up, guys? I'm coming back at you with another review. You already know what the fuck it is. We got Spider-Man up in here. You already saw that shit in the title. I also got some things I want to talk about at the end, but we'll wait for that. Let's get right into this, man. Yes, actually, the game is really fucking good. I was really hyped for this game when it was first coming out. I pre-ordered it like the first day you could pre-order it, to be honest with you, and I was really hyped for this shit, and it was everything that I wanted it to be. It had amazing fucking action, amazing combat, easy to pick up, but not so easy that the game is just boring. The action is really fucking good, like I said, because you can be saving the city from like a chopper falling down. The next you're fighting the Sinister Six. So there's a fucking variety of shit that you can do, and I think that they paced it out so good throughout the game that I wasn't bored like in a certain section of the game. I actually completed this game twice, and I 100%ed it the second time, as you can see from this clip of me having the tidy whities Spider-Man.
Reinforcements. I guess this is what they call organized crime.
But I will say that on my second playthrough, the MJ missions, the ones where you sneak around, they were more tedious, you know what I mean? I wanted to get right back into the Spider-Man action. The first time I played it, the missions were cool, they were fine. But the second time, they were really kind of like a drag to get through sometimes. And I don't know if that's just because this is my second time. I already know what happens, you know what I mean? So that is one complaint I actually have with the game, although it wasn't the worst. It wasn't the best either. I think that it's not something that drastically affects the game as a whole, but I think it is worth bringing up because I'm sure I'm not the only one that has felt this way through playing the game again. But it's not something that I'm really concerned about. Another great thing about this game is the story. The story that it gives you about Spider-Man is just fucking great. With the whole spoiler, with the whole him giving up his aunt to save the city and just trying his best to save the city while a lot of people are against him. Sable, J. Jonah Jameson, a lot of people are gunning for this guy and he keeps getting up. It's kind of the same story that Into the Spider-Verse gave about Spider-Man, and this game portrays that same narrative in the same great way. I will say this though, it's not exactly to do with this game, but you'll get the point how it connects. They used the whole Sinister Six in this game. They had Spider-Man all lock them up again, and he fought them, while they were grouped together. Not exactly all six, because when that happened, he got fucked up. But he fought them in pairs, basically. And the thing that I am kind of weary about is the new Miles Morales game. I haven't played it. I don't have a PS5, of course. But how are they gonna bring up the ante in a game that they just use all of their stops in? That is one fear I kind of have, because I wonder how are they gonna make the next game more exciting? How are they gonna make it bigger? I have not seen any gameplay about the game. Maybe they did, but that is one fear I had while playing through the game. Another thing about the Sinister Six, actually, the boss fights were super easy. They really were. I was expecting more difficulty, but you can basically beat them first try, no difficulty. I have more difficulty taking on a whole crowd of thugs than I did with the Sinister Six. That is a complaint I have. It's not huge, you can say, but it is worth complaining about. I've seen a lot of people have that critique about the game, and the game is still great, but maybe the bosses need to be a little bit harder next time around, especially when you're fighting two at the same time. The game was kind of formulaic in that they would send you the boss in increments. So for example, you would fight Electro, and then he would take a break and send Vulture in. You fight them 1-1, nothing was really difficult, beat them first try. Same thing with Rhino and Scorpion. I just expected a little bit more difficulty off of the boss fights. Even the final one was kind of easy. You can easily beat it first try. I don't know if I was playing on too easy of a difficulty. My first playthrough I played on the regular normal difficulty, and on my second playthrough I played on the one above that, just right under the hardest difficulty. And in my second playthrough, the bosses were still super easy. I don't know if on the hardest difficulty that's when things actually get hard, but the combat is really good and it makes it rewarding nevertheless in these battles, you know. The most difficulty I had in the game was playing the DLC actually with the minigun. Big guys, they're fucking impossible, man. They really are. But I have more struggle with them than I do the actual bosses in the game. Maybe Spider-Man's just like that fucking godly in this game, honestly. But overall, this game was great, including story, characters, you know, the gameplay. It was great. The cinematics were great. The game looks great. You know, overall, it was just a really great game, and it really did live up to my expectations. It was really great. It really was. It was actually the first great game I had played in a while. Well, I can say in terms of story, it was. And I was really satisfied with the end product. Like I said, it really made me feel like I was Spider-Man, you know? It was really immersive. When I was swinging around New York City, I really did feel like I was Spider-Man, you know? Obviously, I didn't feel like I was the real fucking Spider-Man swinging around and shit. But you know what I mean. Well, I'ma have to give it a drum roll, please. 8.5 out of 10. Yeah, the game is pretty great. I recommend it to anyone, man. This game is really good. 8.5 out of 10. Now, that's pretty much my review for the game. Like I said, there's a few things I want to talk about at the end, but it has nothing to do with my review of the game. So if that's what you came for, feel free to click off and have a great rest of your day. Thank you for viewing. Now let's get right into what I want to talk about. And what I want to talk about is the future of this channel, I guess you can say. No, I'm not quitting. I don't plan on it, at least. It's just a hobby for now. But as you can see, I've shifted towards reviews. Well, I've only uploaded now too, but you know what I mean. I really enjoy doing them because I feel like it's a way to express my feelings on a game, you know. Because when I was doing the walkthroughs, you can say, I felt really pressured to always keep up the commentary, you know. It was cool, but I feel like reviews are just better for me as a person, you know. Not to say that I would never do one again, but I'm gonna be sticking with reviews for now. But what I wanted to get into is that I don't think I'm only gonna be reviewing games. Primarily my channel has been a gaming channel, but I also want to review other things, you know. I want to be able to be a trusted opinion for some people, you can say, or I just want to express myself on different things. So for example, like music or movies even, but I will primarily be sticking to gaming, you can say. And I know I've been releasing, like, I guess you can say, like, I've released 2 positive reviews, but I don't want to be seen as someone that gives an easy score, you know, like, oh, every game is enjoyable, every game is high. No, it's just like the games that I've been covering are really great games that I have just happened to have played recently. You know, they're fresh in my mind. I don't remember the bad games, to be honest with you, because I don't go back to them. But fuck it, I'm gonna do the bad games soon, no matter how shit they are. You know, I'm probably gonna go back in my catalog of games, see which games are not necessarily worthy of review, but I think would be good. Like, there's some pretty shit games I can talk about, you know. And I also want to say I'm not gonna be sticking to primarily story games. Like, I can rate the Modern Warfare, right? Modern Warfare, I can rate Modern Warfare, not in terms of, I guess you can say, story, but it's also really good in terms of replayability. That is still something I can rate how good the game is, you know. And that's what I wanted to say. I can do other games, multiplayer games, not just story games. That's pretty much what I'm gonna do for the future of this channel. Thanks for listening to me ramble. Thanks for listening to what I got to say. And that's pretty much all I had to say. I'll catch you in the next one, man. Lates.